My presentation is going to focus pretty heavily on current use because we just wrapped up the implementation of converting everything current use and EQs into everything current use into VTax, and it was a huge undertaking, and we've reached out to our different stakeholders to make sure that they know how to work the systems well enough on their end, and and that's what we're trying to do here for the clerks. What we've also done is included some representatives from other divisions within the department. So we have somebody here from taxpayer services and compliance. So after I'm done giving the current use information, feel free to ask other questions or provide comments on how VTax is working for you, and they can help outside of current use, and they can probably provide some guidance. So with all that being said, again, my name is Michael Ramsey. I'm the current use section chief for the program. That's a picture of me there on the first page. I don't have long hair anymore. I don't have a beard anymore, so I need to update that probably soon, or grow my hair back out. But updating the picture probably be easiest. There we go. Quick overview of the presentation. We're going to look at what a town clerk account appears as in VTax. We'll do a description of the tabs in myVTax. We will walk through what entering or recording information looks like, and then we'll give you a presentation of some new things that landowners are seeing as a result of the implementation of this project. Oh, I should mention, we do have a chat. So if anybody has any questions while I'm talking, feel free to enter a question into the chat. And I've got a team of highly qualified personnel who can do their best to answer those questions. So here we go. We're getting into it now, I promise. Clerks, you guys should have user logins already. So if you don't, you can email us. But when you go to the myVTax homepage, you'll see on the top right hand side of the screen a place to enter your username and password. That's where you do it at. You log in, and once you're logged in, this is the screen that you see. This is home base here. So Kate Badgley is the assistant director of property valuation and review. She helped put this presentation together for me, and she is pretending to be a clerk here. So Kate Badgley is the clerk looking at her login screen. I think the most important part of this screen that you're looking at is there are tabs that run across the top. Pending PTTRs, the next one, and that one's highlighted in blue. And then you have PTTRs process, PTTR search, LUC lien release, so on, so on. The screen's not big enough to fit them all on, so you want to use that arrow right there to scroll to the right to make sure that you're seeing tasks that may not be popping up on the screen without going further down the line to see the web requests housed in those other tasks. So again, I'll flip back real quick. We're talking about these tabs at the top, the pending PTTRs, PTTRs process. Now, what do they all mean? Okay, here's a definition. It'll probably, it's a bit wordy, so it will be probably helpful to go back and look at the recording of this presentation if you need a better understanding of them, but I'll just go over it and read it. So pending PTTRs, those are property transfer tax returns waiting to be recorded. the tab PTTRs process. These are PTTRs you've already recorded, so you can go in there and see what you've done, the work you've done, and then actually see that work. PTTR search, you're searching for a PTTR in any town by the recording date. So a pretty cool search option. Now we're dipping into current use stuff. LUC lien release. LUC stands for land use change tax. And this web request is specific for contingent liens to be released because the tax and recording fee were paid. Then there's a current use lien recording. Current use lien to be recorded because the landowner did not pay the contingent lien. So this is going to happen after a property has become developed and we haven't received payment for that. Current use lien release. This is a current use lien to be released because tax and recording fee were paid. All right, now we're going to jump outside of the current use world for 2 tabs. These are lien filing requests for compliance lien filing, lien release requests for compliance lien release. All right, now we're going to jump back into the current use world. The current use enrollment tab is new current use enrollments to be recorded. So these are those as approved applications that clerks get when a property gets enrolled or transfers and re-enrolled into the program that needs to be recorded. Important things about these circles. These are kind of newer tasks that we have inside of VTax. The current use enrollments, that was done inside of EQs, and then the current use lien recordings and the current use lien release. Those are newer tasks that were created by functions that were meant to be in place quite a while ago, but through a lot of effort of our development team was able to get everything, and testers, we were able to get these lien recordings rolled out last year. So when one of these web requests are made, you should get an email. The email is very clear on what type of task it is. So here's an example of one. So this is a web request that was created for your town. An email was sent to you saying a current use enrollment recording request is waiting for your action. All right, so now purely in the current use world, we're gonna walk through what the process of recording an as approved app is like. So you're gonna log in, you're gonna go to myVTax.vermont.gov, enter your username, enter your password, hit login. All right, now here's a good example of, well, we're at a login page, but we have anything to do here, where you got to hit the next button over there. You got to hit that little arrow tab and it'll scroll you further down the screen, and oh, look, we have a current use enrollment that we need to file. You can see it's got a little 1 up there next to the tab that shows how many are in that web request queue or tab, whatever you like to call it. And then below shows you the case ID of the work item. And to enter that work item or web request, you click that 301014 hyperlink, and this is what you'll see next. So we've gotten some feedback from clerks saying that they couldn't enter the page numbers because they couldn't print the application until after they entered the book page number and date and book number. But you can print the application off by going to view application first. So you can print the view application. You can print by this approach. Sorry, let me back up. You can go to view application and you can print it, and then you can do whatever work you need to do to make sure that you can put the accurate book number, page number, and date recorded number into the system. Continue editing is how you move forward in this process. So you hit continue editing. Well, I've entered my book number, my page number, my date recorded number. So I'm going to continue editing now. Sorry, here we go. Now, say that I'm kind of getting close to lunch, and I'm not going to be able to finish this task right away, or anything has come up and I just need to stop, and I'm just not ready to go any further. At any time during this process, you can hit save draft, and it'll save the work that you've done, and you can go back to it. So as you can see here, like I saved my draft, I exited the system, and then I can go back into this queue and go right back into 301014 and pick up where I left off. So I'm going to do that. I've gone to lunch. I'm back. I'm going to finish my work item. And actually, the only thing I have left to do, because I've already entered the page number and all that, and date and book number, I'm done. So I'm ready to hit submit. Here you can also print it out if you need to. This is just a confirmation page saying that you've completed the task, and gives you the opportunity to print the as approved application off, or lien. And that is pretty much it. I think it's pretty intuitive. I hope it's intuitive. And, if it's not, then we definitely want your feedback. And if you have any questions about anything I went over, felt like it went by kind of fast, but we are, again, more than happy to take those questions. Before I end and really open up the room, I want to show you some newer features. So landowners are no longer using EQs to apply for current use enrollment. They are using VTax. They're using myVTax, and they don't have to have a login or anything. We encourage them to, but they don't have to. So any landowner can go onto myVTax, and on the bottom left-hand side of the home screen, there's a current use button there, and I have circled in red. They can click that, and if they click that, it'll give them the options I have over here to the right. They can submit a current use application through myVTax. They can submit an agricultural certification through myVTax, and they can submit a forest activity report through myVTax. We have updated our application. As part of this project, updating our forms and training guides was a huge effort, and one of the leading reasons for why we wanted to create a new application is because we have scanners here that can auto-populate information if it's filled in correctly. So instead of us getting a paper app here at the department, we still have to do it sometimes if it's submitted on an old application, which we don't love. We're trying to get people to use the new application with the barcode on it. But what's really handy here, makes the process a lot more efficient, is that if they use the new CU 301, this gets scanned into the system, and the application is just pre-populated, and the specialist can start working on it. So again, we encourage, if you're hanging out with somebody in town hall and they're thinking about applying for current use, give them a little nudge and say, hey, I hear they got a great new CU 301 you can use. We've got foresters out there that I think printed off a bunch of applications 20 years ago, because we see some old ones. Tell them to get rid of them. oops, sorry. This is also what the new as approved looks like. Changing forms at the tax department is no easy task. So it took a lot of coordination between different divisions to make sure everything worked. But one thing that we're kind of happy to share is that on the previous applications, you could only list 3 landowners before you had to submit a CU 302 and pay an extra $15 filing fee. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it was, I promise. We were able to reformat this as approved app so that it can fit up to 7 landowners before a CU 302 is due with extra signatures and the extra $15. And that's it. I hope that was as exciting for you all as it has been for us over the last 6 months. But I'm going to stop myself from rambling before it starts happening and open up the room for questions.
Somebody said application was 2 pages, but only allowed to enter starting number. Is this correct?
Well, I would say entering the first page is great, but I would just recommend being consistent in your practices in your office.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I really appreciate you all jumping on and joining. I know it was a bit of a simple presentation there, but we just want to get the information out there. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. If you have comments about the system, I've been encouraging people to send us a message through myVTax, and we can send it to the appropriate person. So thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your week.